If you're new to fasting, or maybe you've tried it before but you're struggling to see results, honestly, I'm not surprised. There is so much mixed information trying to sell you something. Fasting Tube is independent and focusing on real information. Let's get started with today's video.
The question, what effect does water fasting have on the body? What effects do different durations of fasting have? You asked. What effect does water fasting have on the body? What effects do different durations of fasting have? What effect does water fasting have on the body? What effects do different durations of fasting have? Water fasting affects the body in predictable ways. One of the most important ways is physiological rest. When a person convalesces during their water-only fast, then total rest can be achieved and the body can use the time spent in the fasting state for complete rejuvenation. What does this mean? The body will consume damaged tissues, autophagy, and extend cell life, deplete excess fat stores, adipose tissues, and reduce any obesity. Achieve a greater economy of energy from ketone metabolism, become hydrated and increase baseline water percentage, a byproduct of fat conversion into ketone metabolism, not because you're drinking water. Decrease blood pressure, important for those with hypertension, and much more. All of these effects of fasting are utterly dependent upon a relationship of three important factors: the total uninterrupted duration of the fasting state and your level of convalescence, or lack thereof, throughout it, the level of wellness in your own history of illness, disease, physical damage and any other trauma you've endured prior to entering the fast. This includes exposure to environmental toxins as well as poisoning by chemicals, stress and etc. The current purity and serenity of your environment, air, water, noise, etc. during and throughout the fast. The longer you fast in consecutive days until the completion threshold is attained, the more deeper and pervasive the resulting biological improvements. This might or might not be true for your emotional and psychological well-being because of imposing factors that might arise from number 2 and number 3 above, and because of these risk potentials. It is also possible that your biological well-being could be similarly impaired if you choose to fast but are not fully prepared to do it, or are of a temperament that is incapable of handling the compelling changes that ensue from long and deep fasts to completion. For these reasons, and because purity in number 3 above is almost impossible to achieve on Earth today due to anthropogenic pollution, it is highly inadvisable to fast to completion. Some would even caution not to do it with guidance and/or veteran experience in longer fasts. Caveat emptor. The three phases of water-only fasting and their primary effects by duration are: Phase 1, initial cessation of alimentary processes and internal rest, Day 1. Phase 2, adipose tissue mobilization and metabolic transition to ketone production for all energy needs, Days 2 to 3. Phase 3, ketone brain entrainment and full physiological adaptation to the fasting state, roughly any time after 3 to 5 days. Caloric reduction and physiologic rest may occur immediately during Phase 1 of any fast, which is why intermittent fasting is often used as an adjunct intervention for achieving weight loss and cultivating willpower. From a therapeutic perspective, the potentials for reducing any physiological symptoms of diseases, illnesses and general well-being impairments will typically only occur after enough time spent in Phase 3, which is why water-only fasting is often used to achieve greater therapeutic purposes. Everything else experienced prior to Phase 3 in a water-only fast is just the body in transition and making preparations for achieving the fasting state, producing improved wellness and/or reacting to any individual potentials as may arise from issues encountered in number 2 and number 3 above.